was just as surprised as you guys when I saw this new release, the SR-71 Blackbird Twin 40mm EDF by E-Flite. This thing came in a box that I thought maybe we ordered the largest size pizza there was in town, but no, when I opened it, we had the SR-71.
Skill level 3.
And I'm super pumped because, like you, I was thinking we were doomed for nothing but timbers and twimbers and more of the same thing with different motors, and you know, nothing wrong with that, but hey, this is nice too, am I right? Now, before you guys might be thinking, oh, that's too black and too scale for me, it'd be hard to see, just a silhouette in the air, I love that E-Flite did this. They have included optional vertical stabilizers in bright red for orientation. Now, personally, I love how this looks in its scale form, but I may fly it and change my mind. And the nice thing is, these things just pop on and off. So you can just swap those out very easily and quickly. Abby had an idea to maybe just put one red on one side for great orientation. Cool. I think that's a great idea. I wish E-Flite would do more things like that. I wish all companies would do things. Hey, you got your scale plane, but if you want to go wild, here's a couple options. And those vertical stabilizers are included. The assembly of this was super fast and easy. I might have a video for you guys, but you literally click these in place. That was easy. Click the little nose extension on, super easy, and click the 3 landing gear into place. Those look like retracts, but they're not, sadly, just because of the size of the airplane, but that is a very soft foam, which I think is really cool. The front wheel is steerable when it is on, and if you so choose, let's look at that right there, that is a hand launching grab hold, so you can just pop those off and do hand launches and belly landings in grass. And the very cool thing about mine is it has grass included. To those of you that think we get new airplanes right out of the box because we're special and spoiled, you would be wrong. We get nice used airplanes. Grass included.
There,
yours.
Grass is off now.
Yours will not have the grass, linked in the description box below. These suckers are going to sell out very quickly, I'm sure of it, because it flies on my favorite battery, a 4S 2200 milliamp battery, and the battery tray is down here. It's actually kind of, a little magnet is so strong, it almost hurts my fingernail to pop that open, with an IC3 plug. And there's our little Velcro strap. So perfect for the 4S 2200. They recommend 30C, but we're gonna fly on 50C today. Enough jabbing, let's fly. I love seeing planes like this come into the RC world. Okay, if you slow it down a little. Keeping up the throttle and lifting off. Here we go. Nice, smooth touch and go. I like that.
Wow.
Before we take off, check out the back control surfaces of this airplane. So there are 4 individual control surfaces. Do you see that, Abby? Mm-hmm. We've got 2 in the center and then 2 on each end, which is very cool. And that's elevator input. They all move. Now, rudder is non-existent. That's just the steering wheel up front, but there is a servo for it. And then right aileron is just the outside. So we have individual ailerons. We have individual elevators, but the ailerons are mixed with the elevator to make them elevons. So this has elevator and elevons. Okay.
You mean ailerators?
Ailerators, that's right. It's a screamer, that's for sure. Being a 40mm EDF, I do have safe on. Very quick and easy to bind. This binds just like a UMX airplane, but it's not officially UMX. Just like the, what was the one they had that released this year? What's the name of that, Abby?
Tomcat?
Tomcat, thank you, yes. So it's like they've got this new subclass, somewhere between E-Flite and UMX, and they just went with E-Flite. Okay, I'm ready for takeoff. A little nervous, mostly excited. Let's throttle up. Full throttle, a little bit of elevator input. That is beautiful. What a beautiful takeoff. This is super cool because I love more unique airplanes, and that's what this is. Now, one person recently, a friend and viewer of the channel, said in a comment, Nate, I just get tired of you flying in safe all the time, man. I want to see you wake up the plane and do a little bit more. To you, I say, where's your patience, my friend? Usually about a minute to 2 minutes into the video, I take it out of safe and we have fun. We had a conversation about this in the comments section, and it concerned me. So if anyone else thinks I just fly in safe all the time, that is not the case. But about, I would say, maybe 80% of our viewers fly in safe a lot. And so I like to show people what it can do in safe. And that's how I'm flying it right now. I'm going to show you guys a hands-free pass over the runway. There's hands-free. Flying nice, nose up a little bit actually, but it feels good. It feels really good. That could be my CG, that could just be the way it likes to fly. And I'm almost at full throttle. So we're gonna get a good idea of flight time in this video. We may even decide to put another battery in if it's a shorter flight. I have enough, we can do more. So having said that, there's full throttle, there's safe off, and let's roll it. Oh yeah, nice roll rate. Nice roll rate. Sorry about the overcast day today, but it's the only day we had to get in front of the camera and actually do this. Rolling it again, nosing up, but that roll rate is nice. We're gonna nose up and roll it over and bring it back around this way.
Let's play my favorite game.
Can it snap?
Will it snap?
You gotta remember, we don't have rudder on this.
I know.
Snap's gonna be a little non-existent, but we'll try it.
Still a game. Still gotta play it.
Okay,
no.
I want to safe on. I did get disoriented slightly in that snap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want it to come down. But no, it cannot snap very well, Abby, not at all. This is more of a scale flyer, but a little bit of a sporty flyer. Hard to do a good snap with no rudder. Really, it's almost impossible. This thing just looks so cool. I want to shut up for a second on this next pass so you guys can hear it screaming. We'll do a full throttle pass where I'm quiet. This is safe on. Safe off, climb it up, we'll roll it around and pull that elevator back and see if we can, yeah, you just got to remember your orientation on this one. I could see those red vertical stabilizers being very useful, very useful. So, this is such a cool looking plane. I want to try touch and go. Just that long nose is begging for it. Just begging for a touch and go on this thing. Reminds me of something out of Star Wars, you know. It's just, I love seeing planes like this come into the RC world. Okay, if you slow it down a little. Keeping up the throttle and lifting off. Here we go. Nice, smooth touch and go. I like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was nice.
That was nice. Very smooth. Very smooth. That was for a first one. That was pretty good.
Let me see roll again. Roll
nice
it.
Roll. Here we go. Rolling it. Yeah. Maybe we could do a double roll too.
Yeah.
Don't want to push my battery. A little nervous being a
Oh, am I supposed to keep track of battery for you?
I've got telemetry. I've got my voltage set at 3.4 volts, which might be a little low for a twin EDF, but here we're going to roll it. Double roll.
Oh yeah.
Probably hard to see, but we did it.
I saw it.
And safe on. That's the beauty of safe, you guys. Something like this, you may lose your orientation. It's a smaller thing. It's flying pretty fast. And so if you're out there at a far distance, kick safe on, get your plane back. Don't crash your plane. There's no pride in throwing safe on to save a couple $100. Nothing wrong with that. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
We got a bee, a sweat bee that's bugging us.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, okay, here we go. I'm going to try an inverted roll over, inverted, keep it upside down possibly. A little low for it, but we're doing it. And I don't like that, so I'm going to do it higher. We'll do that higher another time. This thing definitely loves speed, and I just don't know how it's going to fly inverted, but we'll try it again. Just gain some altitude. If ever you want to try something you're not so sure of, just do it higher up. So rolling it over, pushing a lot of up elevator, but it's holding inverted really well. If you couldn't see that, you just got to take my word for it.
It kind of looks the same no matter which direction.
Those vertical stabilizers disappear, don't they? Right there.
I think you're gonna like the red.
I might even just do one red, which is your idea.
Yeah, I thought it would look cool anyways.
The beeping you guys heard was a 5-minute timer, so what I'd like to do, because this is a maiden flight and because I have my voltage alarm set at a lower voltage, which is actually default when I bound this up, I think I can hear the motors pulsing. So it's definitely time to land. And I want to see where the voltage is at on this. Maintain throttle till you get over the runway, definitely. And it disappears in those trees.
It does. Oh, I know, I'm filming it.
There we go, that was a beautiful
I like
touchdown.
how this lands.
I do too. And those wheels are such a soft
crazy.
foam And there's 8 of them, right? There's 8 tires.
8-wheel drive.
8-wheel drive, baby. It really takes that landing nicely. Now remember, you can do a hand launch and grass belly landings on this, and that's going to make it look a little more scale, probably give you a little more performance. But honestly, and I'm spoiled to fly here, but I really like the landing gear approach on this airplane.
For how low profile it is, it takes turns really nicely too, doesn't it?
It really does. There's the left turn. Let's hit the right. The right seems a little tighter. Could just be the way I have it trimmed up. But yeah, it's wild
looking. I love it.
I really love the way it looks. Yeah, I'm so happy E-Flite did something that's not another timber.
Me too.
I think we all are. My telemetry, it's at 14.6 volts. Now, even to me, guys, that can sometimes be a bit of a foreign language, so please don't get confused or overwhelmed or anything when I say that. Personally, I like the airplanes that come with the full telemetry, so I can see how much voltage each individual battery has. Now, I think we could probably take that number and divide it by 4 and get our individual voltage, but I personally, it's a more of a common language, right? To be able to say, all of my cells are at 3.6 volts per cell. Well, I know that's getting pretty low, right? And actually, when you set your voltage alarm to go off, they're telling you to set it at an individual voltage, like 3.4 volts. When your individual cell hits 3.4 volts, that's when we'll let the alarm go off. I never got the alarm, which means we didn't sag down to that low, and we had 55 seconds over our 5-minute timer, so we were right at 6 minutes. I would say probably if you're cruising around top speed, a 5-minute timer is probably going to be pretty good for this SR-71. So the assembly of this airplane was nuts. I got this out with Abby and the kids playing in the room and stuff, and even with the distractions, Abby, wouldn't you agree? 5 minutes, I had it snapped together.
Oh yeah.
It's the landing gear and the 2 vertical stabilizers and the nose. One of the fastest assemblies that's not a UMX I've ever had. And so bravo to them on that. Guys, E-Flite, this is what we want to see. We love your timbers, but a nice balance of this with the timbers is what makes everybody happy. I know everyone's excited about this because it's so stinking cool. And not only does it look amazing, it flies super great too. I love the little cones on the front of the EDFs, and I have to be honest with you, I couldn't tell you what that does in real life. I don't know, because most of the EDFs we have don't have that, so more airflow can get sucked in there. But you know what? This thing is just awesome, and for some reason I was less nervous to Maiden this than most things, even though it looks hard to fly and difficult and stuff. I didn't think it was. I think the reason it's skill level 3 is because it's silhouette color. It's just a stealthy black in the sky, which even when it's close looks like a silhouette. When it's coming at you, you can't see the vertical stabs. So it's just, to me, I thought it was fairly easy to fly, but I know that I have safe and I was ready to use it. So take advantage of safe on this one. And because of all these unknowns and maidens, and you just never know, it's good to have AMA, the Academy of Model Aeronautics. That is an insurance program for those of us that fly RCs, and you better believe I'd never fly anything so much as a paper airplane without having the Academy of Model Aeronautics. Seriously, when I Maiden stuff, it just takes away a huge bit of those nerves to know I've got the AMA backing me in case anything would happen. And they can back you too for like half the price of this airplane for an entire year, plus a magazine subscription. So I encourage you to sign up. It'll be linked in the description box below. I don't know what else to say other than I'm really happy about this. I think it's an awesome airplane. They did a great job. When I saw it show up, I thought it was like a poster or something in the box. I had no idea. You'd be surprised how big and flat the box is in person too. You pull it out of the box and the assembly is, I mean, minutes. It is minutes. Anybody could put this together super fast, and it flies honestly great. The only challenge you're going to face is maybe losing orientation because it's just a black airplane and they gave you red stabilizers for that. So I'm probably going to try those in a future flight. If you want to support us, this is linked in the description box below. Clicking that link does help to support our channel and our family. If you had some fun in this video, you found any information useful, then it really goes a long way. It doesn't cost you a single extra penny, and we are super grateful. On the subject of thanks, I want to say a massive thanks to the big guy upstairs, to God for blessing us with, I know it's overcast, but it's a beautiful day. There's no wind.
There's no wind.
What more could I ask for as an RC plane guy? So thank you, God, for today, for everything, the good, the bad, the ugly. Just, I'm super blessed and I'm super grateful.
You always forget the beautiful.
And the beautiful, my wife.
The good, no, that's what I'm talking about. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the beautiful.
Oh.
You always forget that last part.
Well, It is, yeah, okay. I'll try to start remembering. And guys, a massive thanks to our Patreon supporters, because we couldn't do what we do as often as we do it without your amazing support. This Maiden was a blast. I hope you guys had fun too. And if you are after a little more RC Jet action, we'll have a hand-picked video popping up right about now just for you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you there.